What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the review for The Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 15. I believe this is. This episode is titled Lost at Sea, you guys, and we are literally 2 episodes away from the season finale of Potomac, because Potomac ends on Halloween, actually. So, before we get into the review, if you guys are watching this video or any other video on the channel and are not yet subscribed to the channel, I just need you guys to do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell button, like the video, share the video, and with that out the way, without further ado, let's discuss Real Housewives of Potomac, shall we, you guys? All right, you guys. So, before we get into the review, let's talk about the reunion look. So, the reunion looks came out this past Friday, like Thursday or Friday, right? I think it was Friday when the reunion look came out. So, the reunion, there are some looks that I like, and there are some looks that I do not like at all. What I'm going to do is, I think over here, I'm going to try to put a picture of each and every woman, but I might just put up the whole collective picture of the group on here so you guys can take a look and see. I'm pretty sure you all have some, but some of the ladies look good, some of the ladies don't look good. The first lady that I'm thinking about, who I just hate what she had on, Gizelle. I don't know what that was that Gizelle had on, but I will say it looks a little bit better than what she wore last season, but not that much. Gizelle is just a hit and a miss when it comes to the fashion, right? Who else who else do I not like? Mia. I hate Mia's dress. Mia looks like a freaking peacock. I hate that look that Mia had on. Then that's really it, because I can kind of take Robin's look and not take Robin's look. Robin's look isn't that bad, but it's not the best either, right? But the people who I love their looks, now I will say Candace, I love her dress and everything, but her hair, it's a no for me. My favorites are going to be Karen. I love Karen's dress. Although it was doing a lot, right? It's short, then it has the train. It was doing a lot, but I liked it, right? I like Karen's dress. I love Ascala's look. Ascala looked amazing to me. Who else? As much as I can't stand her, Hey Arnold Stewie, aka Ashley, I liked her. I really liked her look. She looks beautiful. And I'm missing someone else, right? Yeah, Wendy. Wendy was my best. Wendy is the best dress for me. I don't know what when is, so the top three for me is Wendy, Karen, and Ascala, and then a runner up is Ashley. But yeah, that's it. But like I said, I'll put the picture. You guys will see the picture at some point in the video. You'll probably see. You'll see. You have saw the picture, right? Let me know who you guys liked, disliked, and we'll go on, right? And then one last thing that I want to talk about, and it's not gonna be the last time I talk about it, but I'm so sick. Like, guys, I just don't understand this whole situation. Like, people are still saying Candace should be fired, and I just don't get why, right? Shout out, I forgot, oh God, I meant to take down the subscriber who left a comment last week about all the things that have happened on Potomac over the years, right? I forgot to, I took a screenshot of it, and I literally meant to write it down, but I forgot. But the things that have happened over the years, you guys remember when Robin went to that kangaroo restaurant with her finger all up in Ashley's face? She did that. When Monique and Robin got into it, when she had the umbrella up to her neck, and then the comment. I mean, y'all have talked about, they have body shamed for years on this show, so let's not act like they have not body shamed. Let's not just act like it's just Candace. Like, guys, let's stop. Let's stop. Ashley has attacked Katie's mental health. Like, let's stop playing games. I mean, I get it, you guys. It's one thing to not like a persona on a show, but what I see on social media is outright hatred towards Candace, and I just don't understand it. Like, I don't get it. How can you hate a person that you've never met a day in your life? You're watching them on a show for 45 minutes, you're watching it for about 45 minutes, right? Because you have to take into account the commercial breaks, and then you don't see their full lives. You see segmented parts of their lives. So I don't get how you guys can just truly hate someone. But hey, it ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't hate nobody on any of these shows, and you guys know I don't like Kenya. I don't like Ashley or her husband, and that's the reason why I don't like her husband is just because of who he is, and I don't like anybody who does stuff like that. But other than that, I don't hate anybody. And I would advocate for certain people being off the show because I don't, especially these two. I don't think they belong on this show, especially with what his past indiscretions. But hey, that's neither here nor there. Now let's discuss this episode. All right, you guys. So, Boy Robin and Giselle Saturn's rings, they're still upset about the room. Which, when I actually thought about it, I would be pissed off, right? Nah, I mean, I guess I wouldn't be pissed off, right? Because I came late to the party. I came late, so the rooms had already been chosen. So I just got a bad end of the deal, right? So I guess I wouldn't be pissed. I would be pissed off at myself, but like, damn, maybe I should have got here earlier. But I would like to share I would like to have my own bathroom. So I can, and then I guess I can understand Saturn's rings too. I mean, she is handicapped at this point, so I mean, I guess I can understand it. I guess, whatever. So they ended up leaving, going to the hotel, right? Escala and Mia were the only two who knew because they were leaving. They left in the middle of the night. It was like after midnight. Which, why would they? Now that is not that safe. Even if you guys do have, you are with production, that's still not that safe. But whatever. So actually, they were still at the table. They hadn't left at this point, right? But I've already talked about it. So when they were still at dinner, Wendy told them what the next day's events were, right? G, I don't know what is. G says, I guess he feels that he can just, he just literally said he was ready to get home and get in bed because he was going to get some ass, get a piece of ass. And I was like, well, damn. Then he started talking about his erection. I was like, gee, I really don't want to know about your erection, dude. No. We're good. And then he talked about Chris and Eddie being average. I'm like, have you saw their dicks before? Okay. And Candace like, nope, we're not going to talk about the brown dick. Yeah, Candace, let's not talk about the brown dick. I mean, if his dick is brown, you might want to go get that checked out. Because why does a white man have a brown dick? Whatever, right? Now, hey, Arnold, Stewie, Ashley, I know you lying, right? So you gonna sit here on this bus and say that your husband knows how to act around people that he's meeting for the first time. I'm like, that's a lie. Because Michael doesn't know how to act around people that he doesn't know. Hello, season 1, the cameraman grabbed his ass. Hello. He didn't really know Katie's boyfriend at the time grabbed his ass. Hello. When you first met the ladies on that yacht, Michael was ready to pull his pants off and jump into the lake or wherever y'all were. Hello. So yeah, Michael doesn't know how to act around other people. So Ashley, shut up. So then we see Chris and Candace talking right later. And, he said he was making an inroad with Hey Arnold Stewie, right? And, they both said that, she does have some fun moments. I'm like, well, you know what? I can't even deny that because she actually, as much as I don't like her, she does have her moments where she can be quite funny, but they're far and few between for me. So Chris is just talking about how the women get into it, more specifically his wife, right? And then you went and mentioned that woman's husband. I ain't gonna say he should be off limits, right? If you guys are in the throes of an argument, nothing is off limits, right? Except for kids. Don't bring up kids. Don't bring up the kids because the kids ain't done nothing to you. So Chris is correct in one thing because he told Candace that when it came down to it, he was having a conversation with Hey Arnold Stewie, right? And she said something that she knew would trigger Candace, and Candace then took that bait. So he is correct in that instance, right? Oh, so here's the point where the girlfriends left. So I've already discussed them leaving, and I'm not gonna talk about it again. But I can understand. I could kind of understand, kind of, But I mean, at the same time, you guys were the last two to show up, and of course, you also said that you weren't coming. So Wendy didn't know y'all were coming. So, okay, we're gonna move on. All right, you guys. So Mia, Mia's annoying because Mia's talking about who's gonna let down her bed, who's gonna do this, who's gonna do that, who. So I'm assuming, well, she might have a housekeeper, right? But you don't know how to do anything for yourself? Is that what you're telling me? You don't know how to do shit for yourself? Okay, Mia. So G asked Mia what happened last night because he was hella drunk. So she just says that, Candace needs to grow up. I'm like, okay. So then we see as they're talking to, the girlfriends. So Saturn's rings is like, she did tell the ladies that she was leaving for the night. So I guess I know that I know that these shows have like, text groups, where they all in a text group, right? But at 12 in the night, at midnight, unless I'm awake, then cool. But if I'm asleep, don't, oh God. But with me, when it comes to group chats, group text messages, I usually silence those so that way I don't see the notifications because sometimes I just hate, when it comes to back-to-back text, when one person responds, then another person responds, then sometimes it can get annoying, but not always. The only time it actually really got annoying for me was when I was working at my last job not my last one, but my job at Hearst. That was the only time I really hated the group text messages because they text technically we were on the clock, but I mean, damn. They included me in a group text and I'm like, I don't do group text. Like, you can text me individually. I don't need to text everyone else. I don't care about what everyone else is doing, but hey, whatever. So then Giselle wants to say that the host didn't even acknowledge her, and Wendy was like, that's a lie because I acknowledged you. So then, we see them all as they get ready to go on this boat ride. So they're on the boat, and we see Boy Robin. So Boy Robin, she went off and had a conversation with Escala, right? So she does now see she does have some she can make sense at times, right? Because she said that now when she said that this trip wasn't properly planned, I'm like, it was properly planned. It wasn't really planned by Wendy. It was planned by y'all production company. Your production company did that for a reason. They picked that house for a reason, but go off. So, she was like, it wasn't planned properly. She's like, and what if Juan had to come? So we would have been in the same room with Giselle? Guess so. So she says it wasn't properly planned, but she doesn't think that it was done intentionally. So if you don't think it was done intentionally, why were y'all so upset? Again, I get it. You want your own bathroom. I do get that. I do get that aspect that you want your own bathroom. But if you yourself said you don't think it was intentional because, you guys got there late. So then what are we arguing about? What are you upset about? Besides the bathroom, what are you upset about? Because y'all keep talking about the host. You're talking about the host, but whatever, right? So while Escala and Boy Robin are talking, Mia comes down and ear hustles. Now, see, here's my issue with Mia. Mia loves to ear hustle and report shit back to people, but then she gets the shit wrong. Because y'all know I'm not a big Robin fan, but Robin did not say what Mia said. Robin said that she felt her friendship with Wendy is a lot different than it was a year ago. She said nothing about the fact that Wendy is not the same person that she was a year ago. So Mia took that to Wendy. She's like, "Ooh, I just heard that you aren't the same person that you were a year ago." And Wendy's like, "Well, where'd you hear that from?" She said, "Robin." And Wendy said, "Well, of course I'm not the same person I was from last year. And I hope she wouldn't be the same person she was from last year. If she is, that means she hasn't grown at all." So then not Wendy, but Robin and Escala come back up there. And that's when they addressed Robin. And Robin was like, I didn't say that. And she was like, Mia, if you're going to repeat something, get it right. Like, that's my issue with Mia. Mia likes to play telephone, but Mia gets it all the way wrong. Oh, damn, I'm at the end of my notes. I mean, this did feel like a filler episode. Nothing really happened in this episode. But let's move on, and we're going to wrap up. All right, you guys. So, we're still on the boat. So, the men, they actually started arguing at one point. And Rob was like, we shouldn't be doing this in front of the men. G was like, shit, we don't give a fuck. We know to be quiet. But the men go off to play cards, right? I forgot to mention to you guys, Ray finally showed up. So, Saturn's Rings was talking to, Wendy at one point. But Wendy was basically paying her dust, which she should. Like, I would pay Giselle dust, to be quite honest with you guys, right? So then Wendy says, oh, because Mia was like, well, we should get all this stuff out on the table. She's like, Wendy was like, okay. How about you and Candace work things out, right? So Mia and Candace do have a conversation, right? And I can actually see both sides. I can see both sides of what they're saying in this instance, right? So Candace starts, right? Because Candace was telling her, like, my issue wasn't with you asking my mom about it. I mean, technically that was your issue, her asking your mom. But I think Candace would have let that, I think Candace definitely would have let that go, right? I think she would have let that go until Mia brought in the low budget comment. I think it was that doubled with the low budget comment. And y'all again, I know people hate Candace, but I don't know why. But think about things from her perspective, right? Remember, Erykah Badu said it best. I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my shit. Like any artist, anybody who puts time and effort, anybody who puts time into their craft, of course they're going to be hypersensitive to anyone critiquing it, right? It's their baby. They don't want it to be critiqued, right? I mean, it's going to be critiqued, but especially if you know the person, right? It's going to hurt a little bit more hearing, oh damn, that shit was trash. It's going to hurt a little bit more than hearing from like a critic, so to speak, that, oh no, that wasn't the best, right? So Candace was very sensitive about her work, right? And she put in the fact is she footed the bill for that, right? So that's where Candace is coming from. So I got where Candace was coming from in that instance, and Mia apologized to her, right? Now I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I was listening to Candace talk when Mia was talking. I never once heard her say she was sorry. Now it could have been edited that way, but I never heard Candace say she was sorry, because Mia then expressed to Candace about her and her mother, right? Now I don't know if she's ever told us this, that her mother was in jail for 8 years and that her grandparents died when she was in prison. And oh yeah, that really is true though, right? Because she was talking about her, they were like, she didn't come to the funeral. She says no. They were like, I thought that they let the prisoners come. They do let the prisoners. They do. That is true. What Mia said, they do let the prisoners come, right? But they actually, when they come, they have 2 guards on them, and then they're still in the handcuffs. Now I don't know about shackle. I don't know. Let me think. Because when my grandfather died, they let my uncle come home, right? Which technically, he missed the entire funeral. I mean, he missed the entire funeral. They literally brought my uncle to the funeral as we were getting ready to leave to take my grandfather to the cemetery. That's when my uncle came in. I don't know if they did that. I don't know why they did that, right? But that's what happened with my grandfather and my uncle. They brought him to the church, right? He was in handcuffs. He was still in the handcuffs. So he couldn't really, touch. He could touch people, but he was shackled. So I can get why her mom didn't want to do that. Like, you want to be able to you want to be able to interact with your family, right? So I wonder, did her mother go to jail for drugs? The the law can't make sense of it, right? So Mia and Candace, they've made up with each other, right? So then they get on the bus to head back. Now, I don't know. Now G was just having fun, right? He was talking about, look at Ashley. She's back there. She was up against the window. I guess her head must have been moving with the bumps of the road. And she's like, G, let me be in my corner. She got into it with G, right? And he was like, I know you were awake. But he said, I still would have said what I was going I still would have said what I said. And Ashley got so offended by that. I don't I didn't say anything that G didn't say to me. I don't see what G said that was so bad. Now, if you guys think that G said something bad, please tell me. But I don't think G said anything that was like really hurtful or harmful. But let me know. I could, I'm human, so I might not see everything. I know I don't see everything, but let me know what you guys think, and let me know what you guys think about that in the episode as a whole and the reunion looks, right? And that's it, you guys. Like the video, leave your comments in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell button so you guys are notified when I drop anything else. Share the video and into the next one. Stay safe, you guys. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.